CBS Sports NFL analyst Emory Hunt in to assess. Emory, exciting what we're seeing right now from Jaxson Dart. It's building behind performance. This is not for no reason, but these are multiplication tables, let's call it. In a few Sundays, it's going to be calculus. I'll ask you this way, because we won't go through the depth chart or the when, but how game ready is Jaxson Dart right now?
I think he's game ready. And what's been fascinating to watch this whole thing, Joe, from behind the scenes is watching how every step of the way they've put a plan in place, almost as if here's a biomarker you have to check off before you move to the next stage. And when we started this thing, watching it out there in the spring, it was Russell Wilson, then Jameis Winston, then Jaxson Dart. By the time we got to the start of training camp, it was Russell Wilson, and then Jaxson Dart, and then Jameis Winston. So they were getting him prepared because he had passed those biomarkers earlier in the spring. He got a lot of reps with the twos during training camp, during padded practices, got better every practice. I don't think he threw a turnover or threw an interception after the second one he threw that wasn't viral around the social media landscape. But on the field, he got better every week. Was going up against the Giants' one defense. And so when we see him in these preseason games, it's a guy that's comfortable, confident. Now, granted, there's no real pressure. That's pressure of the moment, pressure of the week-to-week battle of an NFL game, the severity of each game. So he's out there playing free, but we've also seen rookie first-round quarterbacks go out there and not play free over the course of our time watching ball. And so for him to have this look so far consistently in each game, you have to be impressed with his performance.
Certainly so. Some anticipatory throws there, but we also see the teaching point. Got to get out, got to get down. Those are the two options because the other one is not good. Won't have you out there all that often. Let's talk about the Patriots here for a moment. Many have them tabbed as a team poised for substantial strides forward. Still some obvious roster holes there, Emory. What do you walk away from this preseason feeling about the Patriots?
I love the intensity. I'm glad during the broadcast he talked to Drake May, and that's the first thing he said, the intensity, because you see it on both sides of the ball. You see it with the running backs finishing runs. You see it with the defensive players tackling through the ball carrier and tackling through the whistle. You see blockers blocking through the whistle. And that type of intensity breeds the type of competition that you want to see on both sides of the ball. And for that reason alone, the Patriots are going to be a tough out week in, week out. We won't see this team get blown out on Sunday. They'll be in every ball game. They'll win some physical battles, and they'll win some games on the other side of it. So, and they'll win scrappy. You'll see one week they'll win with their offense, one week they'll win with their defense, one week it'll just be all special teams. But because of the intensity and the aggressiveness and assertiveness has stepped up this offseason in Foxborough, I'm excited to see how this thing plays out during the regular season.
Yeah, Giants and Pats both in future mode. The Steelers are in right darn now mode. One last ride for Raj, veteran additions on both sides of the ball. What's the biggest question you'd ask of the Steelers right now that might determine how successful this next season is?
How quickly Aaron Rodgers and offensive coordinator Arthur Smith mesh together and get the weapons to football. Because if we're being completely honest, man, the Steelers have weapons. We watch the Steelers all the time, Joe, when we're in studio, and it's like, man, they have 3 legit tight ends, and you would barely know because they don't get these guys involved in the offense. They have some solid receivers. They have some good backs. The offensive line should be better. But so the question for me coming in is whether or not Aaron Rodgers buys into Arthur Smith's system, and if Arthur Smith's system is kind of malleable to where, hey, this is what Aaron Rodgers does well. He's a future first ballot Hall of Famer. What do you want to run? I can adjust around what you want to do based on what our talent is on this roster, and we can have some offensive success. Because I think that was a major issue why Justin Fields didn't want to go back, why they kind of didn't want Russ back, and Russ kind of wanted back, but they was kind of playing around with him. You went out and sought Aaron Rodgers, you brought him in, let him have some control of the offense, and Arthur Smith allow him to be more hands-on in that approach, and I think we'll get the best offensive approach from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, trying to end his career on his own terms. We'll see how much of that offense he wants to run on his own terms. The Panthers, our final topic tonight. Emory, they managed just 2 touchdowns over 3 preseason games. Again, no time for overreaction right now, but what does this team need to focus on between now and September 7th when they take a short trip down to Duval?
I do feel like this one is all about Bryce Young finishing last season, right? And how he went on that run. He looked impressive coming off the benching and played some really good football. Had those guys winning some big games. We always bring up the Eagles game in which if Leggett catches that football, they upset Philadelphia. Well, can he start the season how he finished. I know things are good right now. The vibes are great, but you're right. They hadn't really scored points during the preseason. But if that's the case, then, okay, we can just throw this away. And coming the regular season, he's back to what we saw from him later in 2024. Then all things will be good. Now, there's still some pieces to pick up on offense. You still have to know what you're going to get from some of the receiving options. And if the offensive line can help protect, and can they run the football with some level of consistency? There's still a few players away defensively, in my opinion. But this is all about Bryce Young and whether or not he's continuing to step forward and getting up to that conversation where C.J. Stroud is right now, where C.J. Stroud has been since his rookie season. So I think Bryce Young is the key for Carolina.
One day closer to actual answers. Emory Hunt, thank you as always. Here's what tomorrow has in store. 8 more teams rounding out their preseason action. Eagles and Jets, 7:30 Eastern time. You get the Vikings and Titans on CBS. That's 8 Eastern. So we'll see an early look at the new quarterback, perhaps, in Minnesota. Falcons, Cowboys, Bears, and Chiefs also doing battle. You get the ones between the Bears and the Chiefs.